Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Empire Total War with the Imperial Splendour mod. And we're playing as Prussia. Last time around we landed our army in Finland and we had a great battle against the Swedes. We won and we took over Finland and the city of Åbo. Since then, my spy master has actually managed to gain access to the court of Stockholm, and he realized that was the army that we defeated in Finland was in fact the entire Swedish army. So if we look through Sweden, there is nothing left. So the entire Swedish army has been reduced to these 3 units hiding in the corner of Finland. They didn't even try to move back to Stockholm, they're just hiding out there. And that's all that's left. I was able to resupply my army and then move it across the sea and lay siege to Stockholm, so that's what we're doing right now. The Swedes have built up a little bit of a fleet. There's a sloop and a frigate. 48-gun frigate up there, but that's about it in terms of rearmament after that battle. They, instead of a lot of other nations, when we siege and attack their places, where I'm talking really about Poland, they had a lot of when we laid siege to it, they spawned tons of armed citizenry. The Swedes actually get garrisoned regiments, and they get 10 of them. But we have another problem that just arose. So, how I said in the last episode that I didn't want to move all my army across because it would leave my home country defenseless. Even though that wouldn't be that big of a deal, because we still have most of our border is covered by allies. We've got the Austrians to the south and the Russians to the east, covering most of it. And we have the Saxons also to the south, covering most of it. And then the Danish, so the only real attack route for anyone not coming by sea, that is, would be to go through Hanover. And what happened with Hanover then is that the Dutch went ahead and declared war. They did, however, not actually declare war, primarily with Hanover, because we weren't allied with Hanover. However, we are allied with we are allied with, I think it's Hessen that the Dutch actually declared war on. Oh, they're allied with the Swedes. Is that why they declared war here? So they declared war on Hessen Kessel, and then brought in the smaller nations around, and I believe the Hanoverians were at war with them. Or maybe, I don't know, I can't exactly remember, but I was brought into the war because of, I believe it was Hessen that the Dutch declared war. So that's how they brought in me into the war. The Dutch army has moved in, they've taken over Hanover, they've got a pretty big army. Now it is in tattered. We don't know what state it actually is in. How bad is the situation? My capital is quite in danger. I've only got 3 infantry regiments, 2 cavalry units, and a general defending the home region. And we've got pretty good roads for the enemy to march if they would march to us. However, we do have pretty close the commander over here in Saxony with Saxon troops, I would hope would come to our aid. And then also, as I think I said that, or mentioned it in the last episode, that I was surprised to see Austrians actually positioned right outside my capital. But now it seems like I guess they could see this coming, but they weren't able to tell me. I am rushing. My Eastern Army under Knopfelsdorf is marching as quickly as he can. He's even left his cannons back here to rush to the aid of the capital. So he's bringing 5 infantry regiments and a cavalry unit, plus the cannons as well, but they're left behind to be able to reach the capital as soon as possible. To actually go ahead and take advantage of this situation, I am wondering if I should not actually go ahead and... The thing is, this army will get stuck in Sweden if we take this over, and we most likely have to fight Swedish rebels. The thing is, Sweden though is at this point, if we go to negotiations, Gustav III, or if we can call him Gustav the Third, is his power is moderate, which I don't know about. Last turn it was actually feeble. His wealth is affluent. I don't know where he got that. That doesn't seem accurate. His army is feeble, and his wealth is pitiful. He's got nothing compared to the might of Prussia and the spectacular wealth that we have. What I'm going to ask Sweden is basically, we're going to ask for peace, but we're going to ask them to become our protectorate. And they're obviously going to... We're going to demand indefinite military access. So that's my peace to Sweden. Let's see if they actually go for it. Rarely has our glorious nation been insulted. Offer... Pff. Okay, so you would rather completely deny. There's nothing. My armies are at your doorstep. You have nothing to put up against us. What if we just then go ahead? I mean, you're going to become protectorate. There's no... No? I thought last episode, or last, like the last I played off camera, I thought because they were feeble, because they didn't have a chance, I thought, oh, this surely will go through. I'll just make them a protectorate. Clearly that doesn't seem to be the case, so we're gonna have to fight them. However, I don't think this is... That's actually quite a lot. There's 4,000 men. It is in our favor though. What if I demand surrender? I refuse, of course. It's the last. I get... Ah, you know what? You know what? Wait. Because these troops have spawned, that's why Sweden has troops. I'm gonna test something out. We're gonna break the siege. Sweden isn't gonna be able to recruit any troops anyways, and I'm gonna be able to get the envoy out of there so we can spy on the Dutch. So he's gonna leave. There's less of a risk that he dies if we invade Stockholm. If we now go to Sweden, oh, your power is feeble. So the troops that spawn when we lay siege to it is what? So alright, you don't have any power. You cannot resist me. Become my protectorate now. Still, they don't go for it. You want me? You actually want me to kill you then? What if I offer you a little bit of cash? Nope. Okay, I'm gonna have to kill you then. Well, I think we're gonna lay siege to weaken the garrison troops as much as possible, and then it's an easy auto-resolve. But with that said, we're gonna see what the Dutch are up to. It might be that the Dutch will be beaten back by the other allies, because the Dutch are heavily outnumbered in this war. It could also be that as we push through here, we could come into range of France, which I actually forgot that we were at war with last time around. I didn't even mention it once in the video as well, so my trade fleet was actually going down and was going to pass through the English Channel. But then of course French fleets turned up there, so we had to go north. And then we went around, I can't remember exactly where, but somewhere around here, and then Oh, we are at war with the Dutch. There's a Dutch navy over here. And we skedaddle away over here. I'm wondering... My idea first was obviously to go here, because there's ivory. However, I believe all these ports are occupied. Or at least there's 3 here, and then there's 1 over here. Means that technically 1 could be open, this one could be open. But then there's this Dutch navy here, so I don't know if I want to go there, even though it's better. So I actually sent them right now to go to the coast of Brazil. Or maybe, no, yeah, the coast of Brazil. I don't know if that's a great choice, but that's what I did. Let's go ahead and then turn and see if the fleet arrives and see what the Dutch do. Hopefully the Dutch stays in Hanover. I can combine these 2 armies and march on them and actually take Hanover, which would be great. Because we were fearing to attack Hanover because it would bring us to war with Great Britain. Now we can move in, occupy it, and then kind of forget to leave it. And the British can't do jack shit about it. So with that said, let's go ahead and turn. We have advanced technology, seed planting drill. Gives me some kind of food. Yes, I recruited extra troops, I forgot to say that. In Brandenburg, in preparation. Now the only units that took 1 turn to recruit were dragoons and grenadiers. So we recruited 4 grenadier battalions, or grenadier regiments. Actually it's called battalion. And then 2 dragoon regiments. Fleet has arrived, so we'll take a look at that. We've got some buildings in Finland. And a grand opera in Poland. Let's go ahead and lay siege to Stockholm again. We'll slowly sap the Swedes of their strength. And then if we go over here, the Dutch are still there. They have kind of an interesting roster where they have Scottish troops. And they have a little bit of everything. Grenadiers, dragoons, cannons. Not entirely sure what these guys are. Some kind of Dutch infantry. Knopfeldorf has arrived. Knopfeldorf will actually get all the way to the bridge. With this force, we can actually attack the Dutch. I'm gonna bring up Knopfeldorf and his army towards this bridge. Just gonna block that off. And, I mean, these guys get there within 1 turn, so we'll leave them here for now, just so that the Dutch don't, like, bypass us. There's 2 bridges to cross, so they could, if I concentrate my force down here, they could cross. Not that I think he will, but just in case. Also, unfortunately, the Dutch Navy moved in here to my port. Luckily, most of my trade goes over here, I believe. But it would definitely be good to go ahead and we'll send the Hussars. The Hussars will move them out of my port. We'll repair it. 1,000. That's a lot. Right, so that's good. I think I'm gonna save the money until we can build maybe Imperial Palace, rather gunnery school. I think we've got good cannons as it is. Really trying to shape up the empire a bit, building up, making sure that we can hold down all the provinces. The happiness has increased throughout the empire, and as I'm turning it around, instead of building a lot of churches everywhere, we're building coaching inns and stuff like that to increase the happiness, and it seems to be working across the empire. So next turn we'll be able to actually strike the Dutch in Hanover, and we'll have our battle. Okay, so there's nothing really here. There's a fleet under the command of Naples and Sicily, some trade ships, some fire ships. Fire ships are really interesting, so at least 1 naval battle there will be. Why am I speaking like Yoda? Hopefully one of these nodes is open for us. No, not a single one. I guess we could try to battle the Dutch in Africa then. Because right now, not a single one. Venice, Austria, Portugal, Genoa, and Spain. We'll head across to Africa then, and we'll attack the Dutch. It's 250, so it seems like the trade part of the fleet is not that big anyways. So hopefully that means the entire fleet isn't that big. The Dutch, they've got a 58 gun and a 48 gun. What's it's a carronade frigate. That's kind of bad compared to the fact that the only navy I've got is a sloop. It's a little sloop. It's got 18 tiny guns. Alright, there isn't that much. There's some buildings can be done. I'm sending my envoys around to actually spy on the capital provinces of my allies, so the Austrians aren't doing that well. War awareness, they're losing battles somewhere. So their capital, there's a risk of a revolution in the Austrian Empire. My envoy over there, coming from Sweden, has now moved into Denmark and should be coming in close. We're not going to be able to see what they've got here, and they most likely will have been able to replenish their troops here as we attack next turn, but there's not much we can do about that. With all of that said, let's go ahead and end turn, shall we? We have an agent recruited in Kurland. It's another spy. I'm getting a load of these now. Where are we gonna send him? I have one guy over in Russia. We have one over there. We kinda see this already by our trade ships. We definitely need more in this region because I want to take over more of Germany. More German lands. We got a lot of these inns being built and upgraded. Interesting thing that I noted during the end turn was that I saw the Austrian armies getting beaten over here, and then I noticed a Russian army has moved in and burnt a school over here. So the triple alliance, as it were, Prussia, Austria and Russia, has broken down. I'm still allied with both of them. I don't know how I wasn't how I didn't get to choose which side to join in a war. I must have missed that, but Russia is now at war with Austria. They're also at war with France and Sweden, but I mean Sweden isn't really. So there's a choice there in between attacking Austria and Russia, and we're definitely, I think, going against Russia. The Austrians are getting beat right now, but I can't go ahead and help the Austrians right now. That's gonna come later. Right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna focus on dealing with the damned Dutch. So first Knopfeldorf will move within range of reinforcement range. Then this commander will actually go ahead and attack. The cannons will arrive too late. Also, I blocked this port, but I forgot to block this one. So the Dutch Navy just moved to this. Luckily, that's like, I got the least amount of trade from here. I got like 200 or something in trade, so that wasn't too much of a loss. Let's go ahead and bring the army. And now we'll actually get to see what the Dutch have. Okay, so they have 6,000 men. That's actually quite a lot. 6,000 men. They have a lot of like elite units, elite grenadiers. 2 cannons. We've got no cannons. Got a lot of cavalry as well. They got some Jaegers. What we have is what is our advantage? I don't think we have one actually. I think we should probably bring in those hussars that we sent up over here, just for added effect. And then I wonder, let's move Knopfeldorf to reinforce from the flank. So he'll come in and attack the enemy from that side. It's going to be an interesting battle. I thought maybe the Dutch would have been quite broken down, but they have 6,000 men. In total, we will actually have roughly exactly the same amount. We'll, like, outnumber them by 100 men or something like that. But they have cannons. We don't. They have a lot of elite troops. What we have is... we got a lot of grenadiers. That's about what we got. Damn, 50 accuracy. And 40, 40. That's 40 is kind of normal. These guys got 45. I get... yeah, 45. There's a lot of 45. Grenadiers 38. I guess the tactic will be to move in and charge. I like the fact that the Dutch commander, his name is so long that it doesn't even fit on this one. Actually, that goes for our guy as well. I just noticed. Friedrich Karl August something zu Wallendeck und Pyrmont. And R is Karl Wilhelm Ferdinand Herzog von Brunswick. And enough talking, more raiding. Let's go ahead and have ourselves a good old battle with the Klompen people. Without further adu, let's attack the city. Right, so this is my plan of attack. We've got the Grenadier regiments strung out along a line in front of us. They're gonna move straight in towards the enemy, and we've got the Fusiliers over here. They're gonna cover this area right here. We've got impassable terrain right there, and same with over there. So we've got Fusiliers moving in. It's gonna hold that territory. The Grenadier is gonna move in. Hopefully Knopfeldorf is gonna arrive somewhere around here. And then with that we're gonna combine into a mass kind of charge. Cavalry is lined up out there. They're gonna move around, hit the enemy from the back. Maybe I should have the cavalry come this way instead. No, we'll have them here. We'll go like that and go around. With that said, let's go ahead and start the battle. Yeah, it was actually the better setup. So we're gonna start to advance. Grenadier is gonna start to advance. Cavalry is gonna move. I can see Knopfeldorf is actually arriving behind the enemy. Wonderful. Von Brunswick is gonna move to the hill so you can kind of overlook the situation. Our troops are moving in. We've got the Dutch artillery right here. They haven't unlimbered as of yet. We got Dutch grenadiers. Dutch line infantry. More cannons. Dutch line going all the way over here where they have Scottish infantry. Interesting. And then the cavalry is positioned in the center. They got their dragoons. 2 units. And in the back here we got more cavalry. These guys are completely black. And they've got 2 of those units. And then the dragoon in the back. So the provincial cavalry is completely black for some reason. No entirely sure why. We're gonna have Knopfeldorf move to the hill over here. It's gonna tell the hussars. Gonna move over to that side. Right now, I guess the enemy is stationary because there's some kind of bug. I guess there's supposed to be a fort here or something. We've seen similar bugs happen before, where they remove the fort in the mod and it kind of screws up the AI from actually taking command over their army in a good way, which is it's gonna... oh shit. So we've got dragoons. Come on, give me that Hussars, turn around and attack. Do not... And I need this Grenadier Battalion to come under my command. I don't know why it's not. Ah, some units are stuck over here. For some god-awful reason, meaning that this guy is going to march straight into here. I will not be able to send them to the aid of the Hussars, which for some god-awful reason, I repeatedly asked them to attack the Dutch Dragoons. But they will keep moving away from them. Now they're actually fighting them. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to take command of that. And since he doesn't actually properly enter the field, I guess I won't actually get any more of those guys until he... Why? God. Some of this stuff is definitely the mod being not finished. The thing about the mod being not finished is like... I think I saw that the trailer I looked at, the like fan-made trailer, or I don't know if it was developer trailer, that I saw was from like 2014 or something like that. So the mod has been in development for a very long time. So that's why I thought it was clearly a lot more. I was thinking it was more finished than clearly it was. He got a Dutch now moving towards us here and sending 1 infantry. I guess we're gonna have to move into our plan without Knopfeldorf's infantry because it's got stuck. Okay, the enemy dragoons once more making a charge against us. We're gonna respond to that. Okay, so we got enemy dragoon regiment moving over there. I'm gonna turn the line infantry to face them. The grenadiers will take a step forward towards the enemy. Oh, they're doing the god-awful fire by platoon or whatever it's called. Right, the enemy is charged in against the musketeers. We were unable to fire. We're gonna have to form square. I think these guys won't be able to fire either because they're stupid like that. Interesting how you can kind of go into... Oh shit, are these guys... No, they're steady. How you can go into square after the fact that the enemy has charged you. This grenadier unit is closing in on being... You know what? Let's go ahead and charge here. Send the grenadiers forward. The squares, super deadly against the enemy. It's kind of weird that you can enact the square after you're getting charged. It's kind of bullshit. My troops charging in. We're putting twice the numbers on the Dutch grenadiers. Should be able to defeat them that way. Got 1 infantry regiment and dragoon. Gonna move in between there. We might need to shoot a little bit at the enemy. It's gonna continue over here. My grenadier battalion is about to attack over there. Are we winning here? No, we're not. 2nd Hussar Regiment will attack. As planned, definitely did not go as planned. The rest of the cavalry will advance. The squares will be stationary as for now. Go on, shoot at the dragoons. That would be nice. Okay, these guys were sent off. Okay, the enemy cavalry just rode through the grenadiers we sent in. Okay, let's deal with all that Dutch cavalry. Send in all our cavalry to deal with them. Okay, you guys can drop the squares now. And I want... God damn it. My plan just fell apart. Okay, we're fighting the masked Dutch cavalry. They're all in black for some reason. Got 3 bloody regiment on this one. Should be able to sweep through that pretty easily. We've got massive amounts of Dutch grenadiers now springing into action from the forest, together with some armed a lot of armed citizenry. The infantry will move forward. Let's have the 2 grenadiers actually charge in there, and then these 3 will quickly move to aid here, because now, right now, the enemy is surrounding my cavalry. And a bad maneuver. The Fusiliers get on top of that hill. Grenadier charge. Oh, all the Dutchies are firing by platoon. Even their, like, line infantry. I always hated the fire by platoon shit. It's all kind of armed citizenry. Let's charge them head on. We've fired enough. And then you will charge around and attack the enemy from the back. Got massive melee over here, and then the Fusiliers are joining in from the flank. You will march up onto the hill. These guys are going to come around from the flank and attack all these Dutch grenadiers from the back. That guy just got stabbed. Got punched to the ground, but he got up. Gonna move around. We're gonna surround these guys. Concerned frightening enemy unit. So the enemy unit is actually scaring my men. The cavalry kind of got stuck on the enemy over there. We're gonna pull back these cavalry units towards the forest. And we're gonna have these 2 coming in from the flank. Oh shit. You know what? I think we can fire once. I think I have enough time for that. So I can fire once into the backs of the enemy before we charge in. Wonderful. And then we join in with bayonets surrounding the Dutch armed citizenry. Oh, we're kind of breaking up the Dutchies over here. Breaking up the Dutch formations. Have the cavalry swing in from multiple sides. The armed citizenry, even though they're joined by a normal line infantry, they're kind of breaking up. The Dutch over here, it's actually our armed citizenry retreating through. The Dutch grenadiers are holding out pretty well. We were able to send the enemy off over here. 2 grenadier battalions will take out the enemy cannons, because for some reason they never deployed them. Line infantry is going to move over there. You're going to move to face... These guys actually fire by rank, I think. Much preferred. Either you want a big volley, or you want... oh, here's the Grenadier Battalion. The Knopfeldorf. They lost 200 men. And they march straight in here. Are they gonna fire, or are they gonna what are they gonna do? Okay, they're just gonna stand there. Great. So the 2 grenadier battalions taking out the 2 cannons and then charging the enemy. Infantry battalion is gonna combine against these guys over here. Cavalry has now destroyed all the Dutch infantry over there. Kind of messy battle on this side. The Dutch grenadiers still fight on. They still persist. They've cut down tons of our own grenadiers. Maybe I should have just posted my infantry in the back, kept firing. This is a slaughter. The Dutch grenadiers definitely don't want to give up. Fighting to the very end over there. Line infantry getting charged by our grenadiers. I'm guessing my men should be tired by now, so it's probably not going to go too well. We're going to send in guard cavalry smashing into the back here, and hopefully that will change the situation over there. And I'm going to combine these 3 and we're going to deal with whatever is over here. So we got the Scottish infantry on the hill there. Let's see if we can deal with them. So one of the grenadier units retreated and got absolutely massacred. One of the guys ran in the way of my heavy cavalry and got run over. So only one guy managed to get away out of that unit. My heavy cavalry smashing into the back of the Dutch line infantry. They're not going to stand for long. My 3 grenadier units should do short work of what's remaining of the Dutch grenadier. Okay, there's 2 units. There's a grenadier and there is the Scottish infantry. Our line battalions firing it against the guys down here. Not really getting good hits, so I think we'll advance on the enemy. As they're firing volleys at us. Oof. Hussars took a hit. Charging into the forest is not a great idea, and neither is charging straight at the enemy. If they want to fight us, they can come out in the open. Okay, so the grenadier regiments were done over there. Damn, the grenadier regiments were really cut down to size on this side. The enemy was cut down over here as well, but heavy costs for all my grenadiers. Probably gaining a lot of chevrons for my grenadiers though. Why am I not? Why doesn't anyone let me get all of them? Right, there we go. Let's get them in order. Get the cavalry over there. Oh, the enemy is going to come out of the forest. The grenadier battalion's so cut down. The Dutch so determined to hold their position. Dutch general now joins in, fighting the side of my Fusiliers over here. Damn, there's so much death, isn't there? Let's see. Gonna send in the Hussars first. Hopefully get the Scots to focus on them. Then we're gonna hit these guys from 2 sides. Hopefully smash them. So the Scots focus on the Hussar coming in through the flank. It's gonna miss kind of the Dragoons coming in from the front. That's gonna hopefully cause a lot of casualties. The Grenadiers here getting hit from 2 sides by my Dragoons and my heavy cavalry. In the long run though, I don't know how well it will go. This little grenadier of mine will charge forward, shoot down the enemy's general, while these 3 units will march forward. We'll actually do it like that, and then the small units will be on their own.
We'll see about attacking over here. I think we'll have to withdraw our cavalry at this point from both fights. We were not able to shock those two last units into submission. This Dragoon regiment's actually retreating. Enemy general, not killed, but he was forced to flee. Grenadiers gonna join on this side. Damn the Dutch! Damn those Dutchies! They stand really to the very last man. There's gonna be heavy casualties on both sides for this battle. My Dragoons ran. We do have another one. And then my lead cavalry. Damn, this is gonna be a very expensive battle. Ooh, close-up volley on my grenadiers. Might be forcing them to retreat. Ooh, they were able to return fire just in time to keep some of that fighting spirit alive, but those grenadiers, yeah, they're probably gonna break us. Yep, with the general charging in. And now they're turning towards this regiment. Ooh. Let's focus on these for now. If I get their enemy general, we might be able to... Finally, the enemy was defeated over there. Let's march through the forest. Damn, the casualty rate on this battle is going to be very, very high. Oh shit, the Scots are going to come in and attack us in the flank. The enemy general, we're cutting him down. This unit definitely cannot withstand another volley from the grenadiers. Oof. And now the Scots are firing into the flank over here. Finally, the enemy general is kind of pushed away. Cavalry will charge. We might very well lose this battle. Let's see. Will my cavalry be able to... We charge straight into braced bayonets. Not the greatest idea, but... there you have it. 2 grenadier units will march and close in. These guys rallied. Losing a lot of cavalry against the Dutch grenadiers. God awful. Retreat out of there. Our extra troops coming in, the musketeers, and the little grenadier unit is going to come in and join. Right now the Scots are actually kind of... oh, they're firing by rank. How many ranks are they firing by? Damn! What kind of rank firing is this when like 4 people up here? Or 3 ranks at the same time. I guess it's some kind of odd AI thing they're doing up there. Okay, the enemy grenadiers just charged in on the troops. Came out of the forest. We're shooting them in the back while they're fighting the musketeer battalions. I don't think that's a good idea to let the musketeer battalions fight with the enemy grenadiers. So you should probably fall back and try to shoot down the enemy. What a slaughter. Oh, they were broken. Finally. Right, let's see if we can't focus on dealing with those Scotsmen. So combine the cavalry over here. god. What a slaughter. Generals combined up there. The Dutch Scotsmen are moving in. Okay, they're going to outmaneuver the Grenadiers. They won't be able to fire from where they are right now. However, Musketeers will. Let's move something like that. Not entirely sure what the Scotsmen are up to. Got these odd formations, these odd fire by rank. What they're doing. Not entirely sure what's up with that. We aren't really hitting them that well either, are we? It's going to be mostly through the flank by the Grenadiers. And most of that actually hit the ground as well. We'll march closer. Let's see, now they should get better shots off at the Grenadiers. Or the Scottish, I mean. The Grenadiers are the ones doing the shooting. Right, they're loading up for a volley. Good shot. The Scots are wavering. And they're running, they're shattered. Finally! But at what cost? At what cost was this battle won? This is going to be very interesting to see the statistics of this one, because I mean, all of the enemy is going to die, of course, because it's a town battle, but in terms of casualties, it's going to be absolutely horrendous, isn't it? It's really poor performance by the Prussians that we weren't able to kill the enemy in a better way, but then again, it wasn't really our preferred army or our veteran army either. This was kind of thrown together at the last minute to seize control of Hanover. But damn, the casualties in this battle is going to be enormous. In terms of troops deployed, we're very equal, about 100 men difference. We deployed 6,500 men while they deployed 6,400 men. We lost 3,500, so more than half of our force got killed. However, the enemy lost, of course, everything. Now, the actual numbers of killed is not accurate because it's a town battle, so everyone dies, and then the troop numbers get divided. We got one Grenadier battalion there killing 675, then it's Dragoons 658, Hussars, Grenadier, Cavalry, Grenadier, well, it mostly was Grenadier. Worst were all Knopfendorf's troops that didn't even turn up because of a bug. Great. It probably would have gone better if Knopfendorf's infantry would have turned up. Damn Knopfendorf! Where are my legions? Where are my regiments, Knopfendorf? I had to fight the battle at a disadvantage, a numbers disadvantage, against an enemy with better accuracy, so it went down to melee battle against highly skilled Grenadiers. So very bloody battle. Yes. But I managed to take Hanover, which is good. And it's actually kind of good that Knopfendorf's troops... Damn. War awareness. Ooh, because they lost so many troops in that battle. Half the Dutch population just flew out the window. Well, not half of it. They've actually got 2.6 million, I believe. Let's see, 6,000. So that's 10,000, that's that. Yeah, 2.6 million. So not close to a big portion of their population, but a big portion of their army, enough so the war awareness increases from 3 to 4, and the entire place is coming undone. We're gonna place Knopfeldorf's infantry in front of Hanover on the road to protect it from an attack by the Dutch. What I'm going to do up in Sweden is I'm gonna starve them out, and then I'm gonna see if I can make them into a protectorate or if I just take the province outright. Not entirely sure what will happen there, but there won't be a battle, so I'll do that off camera. I'll recuperate here, and we'll see if we cannot push Knopfeldorf's army once the cannons reach him. Should be able to push and attack their capital, and we'll see about seizing the Netherlands, going that far. Netherlands also, if I can, will be a protectorate. If I can. I think they have colonies, which means that I cannot, because it needs to be the last province left if I am to make them into a protectorate, I believe. But, you know what I could do? I could move all the way over here, then force them to surrender colonies to me. So, both in South America, and they could siege Ceylon, and they could siege Dutch Guiana to me, in return for me not stomping them out of existence. Which I think is a really good idea. But maybe you guys want to see those diplomatic changes. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But for now, the video is over. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.